So today I'm going to be discussing the CAE shifter for the manual GR Supra. First I'm going to discuss a little bit about what this shifter is, then I'm going to talk about the installation, give you some driving impressions, and then some final thoughts. If you want to skip to any specific part of this video, it should be listed below. So in order to understand this shifter, I first want to discuss the OEM shifter setup. So this right here is the OEM pivot point for the shifter. So if you imagine the shifter itself goes into this pivot point, and then this is where it pivots from. So as you can see, the pivot point has some rubber bushings right here and some rubber bushings right here. And while you're shifting, that rubber does cause a little bit of play in the setup, give you a little bit of a rubbery feel. I've heard that the shifter in this car is an improvement from other BMW shifters, but to me it still felt like it was more intended for a grand tourer as opposed to a track car or a race car. And that's what I wanted to improve on with the CAE shifter. Now the CAE shifter replaces every part of the shifter setup. Everything from the transmission up until what your hand touches. And at no point in that equation are there any more rubber bushings. So as a result, it's very notchy and very tight, and it also has shorter throws and a taller shifter for better ergonomics. This shifter is reversible, meaning that if you wanted to switch back to the OEM shifter, you could do that, but you do have to trim the underside of the center console in order to complete this installation, and obviously you can't reverse that, but it's not visible from the outside, so I don't think it's a big deal. It was difficult to find this shifter because I don't think that it's purchased a lot since there's not a lot of manual GR Supras, but I purchased mine through System Motorsports. So now let's talk about the installation. For me, the most difficult part was disassembling the interior. You have to remove the entire center console and everything necessary in order to accomplish that. There was a very helpful YouTube video that helped me with most of the center console removal. I'll tag it down below in the description, but after we depart from that video to complete this installation, you're kind of on your own and you have to figure it out. CAE does provide instructions, but they are not very good. The photos are kind of difficult to discern what they're showing, and the instructions are not very clear, so you're kind of on your own, but I was able to figure it out, so you should be able to figure it out too. If you have any questions during the installation itself, feel free to hit me up on Instagram and I'm happy to help out. The most difficult part for me was removing the wireless charger, because the wireless charger sits inside the center console and you have to remove it from the center console in order to access the wires below, and it took a lot of time and effort to pop that out of the center console, but it is possible. Another thing I should note, the OEM shifter is connected to the shifter boot. So if you're doing this installation, you do have to buy a new shift boot.
So driving impressions with the CAE shifter. The first thing that you notice about it is how notchy and precise the shifts are. You know exactly what gear you're in. You know exactly once the gear is engaged. It's really the perfect feeling that you want from a shifter. The next thing that you notice is the sound that the shifter produces. Because there's no rubber in the shifter setup, all of the sound from the transmission gets pumped through the shifter into the cabin. Now it's not terrible, but if this is your daily driver, I could see it getting annoying. It's possible that once I install the shifter boot, it may decrease the sound a little bit, but I'm not optimistic. Now, one of the other things that I really enjoy about the shifter is how tall it is. When you're driving the car hard, it's nice to have a shifter that's really easy to grab so you can quickly shift and get back on the wheel, and this taller shifter really is an improvement over the OEM shifter, which was about here. The other thing that I like about it is because I run aftermarket bucket seats that have bolstering that push my arm forwards, it's easier to go into 4th and 6th gear with this taller shifter with its shorter throws, as opposed to the OEM shifter that would kind of put my arm about here and run into the bolstering that's pushing my arm forwards.
So my final thoughts regarding the CAE shifter. There's this saying that I've learned when modifying cars, which is buy once, cry once, and I think it applies well here. The shifter is pretty expensive and it is a pain to install, but personally I think that the improvement over the OEM shifter completely makes it worthwhile. The throws are so notchy and tight and the ergonomics are so much better than the OEM shifter. I think it's a substantial improvement and I can't wait to try it out on the track. A couple things before I go. As you can see, I picked up a GR Supra and I picked up a couple other cars since I last posted a video. I'm going to make an effort to try to post more videos, probably going to be reviews of these new cars as well as a build breakdown of the FRS, because I do still have the FRS and it is wilder than ever. But that's going to do it for now. Feel free to follow me on Instagram, subscribe to the channel, but otherwise, thank you for your time.